an income of $7,000, and his expenses is 4,500. Now, remember what I said in all my other videos. We want to know, what our income is, what our expenses is. Want to know what our cash flow is, and this cash flow for this client is 2,500. This client has a healthy cash flow. So basically, after he pay all his bills and everything, he has 2,500 left in his account. What comprises of the 4,500 in expenses is, rents, car, the car payment that he have right now with the car loan, and then other living expenses like groceries, um, gas, and other miscellaneous things that he has going on in his life. So the main thing is the car. He has a car. He got a car for $50,000, brand new car. His credit score. His credit score is a 670. His credit score is a 670. So he's going to get the prime rate for a car loan. It's like the regular prime rate. And right now, the average prime rate right now is going for six, maybe 6.5% interest. So he got a brand new car for $50,000 at a 6.5% interest rate. Receive a personal line of credit, and that's what he got. So he got approved for a $15,000 line of credit, which is our debt weapon. Which is what we're going to do to attack this $50,000. So he got a $15,000 line of credit at a 14% interest. So that's what we're looking at as far as our interest. Line of credit is $172.60. Right. So we know kind of what we're dealing with right now. So interest payment, that's the highest interest payment that I'll pay for this personal line of credit. Now, mind you, if you look at the videos, you understand that these interest payments go down as you progress through the process of paying down the personal line of credit. So now what I do is I find what is the average interest, right? So I get this number right here and I divide it by 2. So the average interest is $86.30. So the average interest is $86.30. So stick with me. Stick with me as I build. Look at my process on how I build on my client, how I build on their personal assessment, on how I look at their situation and tell them how to attack their situation to get rid of this $50,000 debt that he has. So immediately I get the average interest. So now that I have the average interest, I want to know, before I even get into the process of breaking this whole situation down from a schematical standpoint, I want to already know what is the time of payoff. And the way that I do that is I take the debt, which is 50,000, right? I take the debt and I follow my equation. I get cash flow, which is 2,500, and I minus it by the average interest. I minus it by the average interest. I bring down to 50, right? 50,000. And then the first thing I do what's in, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. We all know what please excuse my dear Aunt Sally is, parentheses first. So I do my subtraction inside of the parentheses, which comes out to be 2,413.70. Now, from here, I divide the debt, right? I divide the debt by the number that I just got out of the parentheses, right? So that comes out to 20.71. Now, this number, the 20.71, this number is the total months, right, that it's going to take for payoff. So to completely pay off this debt, it's going to take 20.71 months. So I'm already giving you the end before the beginning. So I'm already telling you the end. So that's what we're looking at for time of payoff, right? Now I want to know. I already want to know coming out the gate. I want to know now how much interest is he going to pay by paying off this debt, this $50,000. How much interest he's going to pay in total. And then when I find out what the interest is he's going to pay in total, I compare that with the interest that he's going to pay in total as if he had the car loan, right? By dealing with the car loan. By dealing with the car loan, it's going to tell me how much interest he's going to pay. But I also compare that to, or I make a difference on how much it's going to cost in interest for him to use a personal line of credit. So now we're doing average daily balance versus amortized loan. The amortized loan is the loan that he got from the car dealership. Average daily balance is paying off the $50,000 through a personal line of credit. So what we do is we get this number, this 20.71, right? We get 20.71 and we multiply that, right? We multiply that number by the average interest to find out what's the total interest. So we got 20.71 times 8630, right? And when you multiply that, you come up with $1,787.27. So that is what we paying in total interest. This is what we're paying in total interest when it comes to the personal line of credit, right? To pay off $50,000. So to pay off $50,000 with a $15,000 line of credit, stay with me. To pay off $50,000 with a $15,000 line of credit on a 14% interest, we will be paying in total interest $1,787.27. So that's what we're looking at, right? Now, with a car loan, right? With a car loan on an amortized schedule, this number is looking a lot different. This is what we're looking at. With a car loan, we're looking at a whopping $12,000, basically $12,367.63. Option one, Option 2. Which one look better to you? Now this is the interest. Total interest for the personal line of credit, total interest for the amortized loan with the car loan that you get from the dealership. So this is why the personal line of credit is destroying amortized schedules because of this right here. This is the difference in total interest you'll be paying. So $51,000, $51,787.27. That's the difference. That's the difference between a amortized schedule and dealing with average daily balance. It's because of this. He will only pay $1,787.27 compared to what he was going to pay if he would have did this. Now, mind you, I want to put this to your attention. This is in 84 months. That's in 84 months. So he was going to pay in 84 months. He was going to pay an extra $12,300 extra. Now he's cutting this completely short because 20.71 months is 1 year and like 7 months. That's what this is equivalent to. That's what this is equivalent to. 1 year, 7 months is in total months is 20.71 months. So he's cutting down 84 months is 7 years. So he's cutting down 6 years in 3 months. He's cutting down 6 years in 3 months for a $50,000 car with a personal line of credit. That's the power of personal line of credit. Now, let's get into the process of how this personal line of credit works, on how we break it down. We put 15,000 towards it, right? We put 15,000 towards it, which is right here. You keeping up with me? You keeping up with me? So it's 15,000. So the first thing we do, we get our first month's income, right? And our first month's income, we make $7,000. So what we do, we come here, right? And we put the $7,000 inside of the $15,000 line of credit. So the first thing you do is you call up the dealership. Hey, I want to put $15,000 towards the principal of my debt with my car. They're going to say, okay, let's do it. You make the transaction. Boom, transaction done. Right? Transaction is complete. Now, instead of your debt being at 50, now your debt is at 35. Now we're dealing with the line of credit now. Now we got to pay down that 15,000. We got to bring it down to 0. And then we're going to use it again. So with that being said, stick with me. We're going to put $7,000 in. Because remember, the $15,000 is used up. It's full. It's at the rim. It's full. So now we come in, we put our first month's income inside of it. Now that puts us at $8,000, right? So income 1, first month income. Now we have to pay our debts, right? We got to pay our expenses. I'm sorry. Now we pay our same expenses, that same $4,500. We take it out of the line of credit. So this is our balance right now. 8,000 is our balance. So we can take 4,500 out of 8,000, and that's what we're going to do. Sorry. it's we have $7,000. We have $7,000 of room, of space right now. We got $7,000 of space inside of our line of credit because we just made a payment of $7,000. So they give us $7,000 worth of space. So we can pull 4,500 out of that $7,000, and we do that, right? So that's expenses. One. Now we use 4,500 of the 7,000, right? Now we have to add that to the balance, which is our balance is 8,000 right now, right? Now the balance goes back up because it's that's the process of how a personal line of credit works. That's the function of it. Remember, we want to know the function of this. This is the function of it. As long as we're not going over 15,000, we're good. We're golden. We're beautiful. So now we're at 12.5, right? Now we have to put the interest in. Now remember, once you put your income inside of the line of credit, you no longer have to worry about the interest payment. The interest payment is being paid. But for the video purposes, I'm going to show you what your interest payment look like. So with that being said, I take this number, I take this number, and I find my average daily balance. And the average daily balance of those numbers are $117.94. So that is the interest for the first month. Now that puts us at $12,617.94. Now I'm going slow because I want you to stay with me. I want you to stay with me right now. So now we're heading into month number 2, and our balance right now coming into month number 2 is $12,617.94. Now month number 2 come in, we get our income. We working, right? We working. We getting our money. We getting our income. So for month number 2, we put our income inside for another month. So we do 7,000. We subtract. The reason why we're subtracting is because we're trying to get this balance down to 0, right? So that puts us income month number 2 puts us at $5,617.94. Simple, right? So I'm just going to bring this number up here. So now bring this number up here, which is 5617.94. Okay. So now we got to do our expenses. We got to take the expenses. We got to take the expenses out, right? Which raises our balance back up. So now we do 4,500 as our expenses, like always, and that take our balance up, right? Take our balance up to $10,117.94, right? So that is expenses for month number 2. Now we're going to calculate the interest. So we take this number and do the average daily balance between those numbers. And that number is $90.53, right? $90.53. We add that up, which is $10,208.47. Now, that is our interest for month number 2. That's our average daily balance interest for month number 2. Now we're coming into month number 3. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to put our income. We're going to put our income in, and then we're going to take our expenses out. Income reduces the balance. Expenses brings the balance back up. Income reduces the balance. expenses, bring the balance up. So now coming into month number 3, $7,000 income, month number 3, right? Which reduces the balance down to $3,208.47, right? And then now we have to pay for our expenses. So we take our expenses out. What they're going to do? It's going to increase the balance back up. So 4,500, right? Which is our expenses for month number 3. That gives us $7,708.47, right? So that's $7,708.47. Now we get this number and this number, and we find the average daily balance, right? So the average daily balance of that is $62.80. Add these two numbers together, and that gives us $7,771.27, right? And this is our interest for month number 3. Now, if you see this, after 3 months, we went from 15,000 in 3 months. Now we already down to $7,771.27. That's fast. That's fast, guys. Don't take that lightly. Do not take that lightly. We went from $15,000 in 1 month, and now we're already at $7,000 after month number 3, coming into month number 4. Coming to month number 4, guess what? Look at me. Look at me. Hold on. Look at me. Look at me. Coming to month number 4, our balance is $771.21. I know this sounds unreal. I know this sounds fake. I know this sounds fake, right? I know this don't sound right. I know this don't sound right. I know you're saying in your head, how? I know you're saying in his head like something's not right. He's missing something. No, guys, I don't got it wrong. I got it exactly the way it is drawn up. I know you're saying in your head that something's not right. How did he get to $771.21 after 4 months? How did he do that? It's no way possible that he did that. But I'm showing you right in front of your face that this is how it gets done, right? I'm showing you right in front of your faces. This is how it looks. So after 4 months, we went from $15,000. Now we're at four. After month number 4, we're at $771. In the first month, we was at 15,000. So I know this sounds unreal. I know this sounds like it's fake, but it's not. It's real. So this is month number 4. So I'm gonna bring this up, right? 771.21, and then we gotta do our expenses, right? We gotta pay for our expenses, which is 4,500, right? So now we're at excuse my voice. Now we're at 52. We're at 5271.27. Now we do the interest. So we take this number and we take this number and we do the average daily balance. So we did this number and do the average daily balance. And the average daily balance is $34.76. So the average daily balance interest is $34.76 for month number 4. So now we add these two numbers together, which gives us $5,306.03 coming into month number 5. So now month number 5 comes around. Remember, income, put our income in. Our income is 7,000. Our income is 7,000. And this is 5,300 pretty much. So what do? We just pay the 5,300. We got 7,000 that's coming in. So we just pay the 5,300. Now we are at zero. We are at zero at month number 5. At month number 5, we are at $0. So what does this mean? So what this means is every 5 months, right? Every 5 months, I can make a $15,000 chunk payment towards the principal of my car loan, right? To pay down the $50,000 debt that I have. So what we call this is chunking. This is called chunking method. You chunk $15,000, right? You chunk $15,000 until your debt is gone. So now that we know how long it take for you to pay off your $15,000, right? Now that we know that, now we're solid all the way across the board. So let's recap. Let's go back here. Let's focus our eyes right here. So that's what our first that was our first phase. Our first phase was was this, right? Was the $15,000 towards the $50,000 debt. So now, right, we was at 35. So it took us 5 months. It took us 5 months, right, to clear that. Now we do another one. So we call up the dealership. Hey, I want to make another $15,000 payment towards the principal of my car loan. They're going to say, okay, let's do it. Boom. You're going to make the payment, right? Now you're going to go from 35 to 20, right? 35 minus 15, that's 20. So then, right now, we gotta go back to square one. We gotta go back to square one and do it again. Shoot, 5 months. 5 months pass. Hey, I want to make another $15,000 chunk towards the principal of my car loan. Okay, let's do it. That's where that come in. Go back to square one. Repeat the process. Do the process all over again. Now you have $5,000 left. You have $5,000 left on the principal, right, of your car loan. And what you do is you do the same thing. But this time, instead of doing 15, you just pay the 5. And you're done. You're done. So you got 5. We're going to do it in 5 months. 5 months here, 5. 5 months here, 10. 5 months here, 15. And then 5 left, however long it takes to do that. We'll just say 20. Mind you, when I do my calculations, I'm always leaving room for error. That's why we say 20 months, just in case, things happen sometimes. So we're going to say 20 months. We always want to leave room for error because things in life happen. And so we want to be knowledgeable of that. And we want to consider that life isn't perfect. And, we have our ebbs and flows in life. But for the most part, this is your time schedule. This is what you're looking at. So let's stay focused right now and stay with me. So now that you are all paid up, right? Now that you're all paid up, you're winning. But here come the big win. When you had that car, your payment was $742, right? Your payment was $742.47, right? That was your payment. That was your payment every month, right? So the whole time, right? The whole time when we make a chunk payment towards the car, we're still paying. We're still paying this. We're still paying our car note until the whole balance of the car loan is at zero. So just because you make a chunk payment towards the car, that doesn't mean you cut off from paying the car note every month on the car. You still do that. I don't want you to get lost in that. You still do that. There's nothing wrong. You still do that. You still pay the car note. Now we're at the point where the car note is paid off. So we at zero. The car note paid off. The loan of the car is paid off. Your whole car is paid off. You should get the titles of your car, which is the pink slip. Some people get a pink slip. So you should get the pink slip or the car on the whole. You should own the titles of your of the car. Now that's $742.47 that you was paying every single month until the car loan was complete. Now that $742.47 is now goes to your cash flow. So you add it to your cash flow, $742.47, right? You add it to your cash flow and you subtract it from your expenses. You subtract it from your expenses. So let's do a little bit of math right now. So when you add it to your cash flow, this is how much your cash flow is going up. 742.47. Now your new cash flow is 32.42.47. That's your new cash flow. And let me show you your new expense. So you do 4,500 minus 742.47, which is 37.57.53. That's your new expense. That's your new cash flow. So you gained money. You gained money in cash flow. You lost money in expenses, which is good. If we can get our expenses to zero, that's what we will want to do. So you winning in interest. We're not We're not going with the amortized schedule. So you're winning in interest. You know the time of your payoff, right? You know the interest that's being paid. You know the average interest. You got everything. And you know how long it's going to take you to pay off the $15,000 to the $15,000 to then again make another chunk payment. So that's what it is. I dropped Mike. There's nothing else to be said. If there's anything that I missed in this video, put it in the comments below. If you have any questions, if you want to give me a call, go to my website, www.tempofinances.org. Give me a call. Let's go over this. Let's go over your situation. Let's do a personal assessment. Let's talk about the necessary steps that you need to acquire to get your financial freedom so you can really build wealth like my client behind me is doing right now. After he's done with this, he can go truly build wealth. And I'm proud of it. That makes me happy. This is my purpose. This is what I do. So, guys, be encouraged. Be encouraged. Let's attack your situation. Let's hit it head on. Let's do what we should do coming into 2026, into the year 2026. Let's really attack our debts and let's really acquire true freedom. Be encouraged. Get encouraged when you see stuff like this. This lets you know that you are not as bad as you think you are, and you're this close. Like my coach always say in football, you're one play away from being great. One play. So make that play. Don't sit on your heels. Lean forward, slant position, and make the play so you can acquire your true financial freedom, so you can be free of your debts, and so you can take control of your wealth and truly save money and build to invest in your future, to invest in whatever that it is that you want to invest in. This is the way. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, come here. We'll take all that away so that you can live a better future, so that you can live a better life. Again, I'm here for the people. I'm here to give you truth. So I'll see you guys on the next video.